Please don't bark, Tex. Tex, please don't bark, okay? Hey guys, I'm going to try this once again, and I am praying that while we are doing this, we're not going to have any people come in the cul-de-sac because Tex is on high alert. High alert. Okay. All right. So I have had quite a few questions about like what Alan and I have done as far as short-term rentals. Okay. So I'm going to delve a little bit into that. I know it's a little bit early to go into live, but we're going to do it anyways because I have some things to do later today. All right. So one question I get a lot is, and I do have my notes, so if I'm looking to the side, that's going to be why I'm doing that. Like how to get started in real estate investing and maybe getting a vacation home. But when you're not really ready to retire and to move, it's a great way to kind of get started. So here's what we did. At first, you know me, Texas girl, like I so badly wanted to have some place in Texas just for us to be able to go. So finally, after a couple of years, you know, talking about it, whatever, Alan and I took a week. We went down there. I had been researching. We had set up some showings. We got things ready to go. We had looked at some homes, which still came with the maintenance that, you know, we really couldn't do from afar too well. We looked at a couple of condos. Well, we walked into one and it just was perfect for us. So it was great price, phenomenal location, which is huge. And it just kind of checked all the boxes, you know, and me, like every place we went into, I was like, we could do this as long as we're in Texas. Alan, it took a little bit more. So when we walked into that condo, and every single condo had a view of the river and the limestone. So you didn't have anybody building behind you. And it was perfect for people that want to go float the river or do whatever. When we walked in and he got excited, I was just beside myself. So anyway, how it started was we were going to have a second home. Well, it was such a great location and we didn't get to be there really that often. So we started thinking about short-term rental. So I know what you're thinking. A big problem with short-term rental, a lot of people are really afraid of it because you start worrying about renters. You hear about renter nightmares, or how are you going to manage it from afar? Or, there's just a lot of questions that come with it. So I really spent the time. I am a big researcher, comes from my education days, but I really spent the time researching the best ways to go about it. Also took a lot of time like shopping just for right things because I wanted it to be like really Texas themed. And then when it was all set up, it was beautiful. And I thought, ooh, I don't know if I want people here. You know what I mean? But it made fiscal sense. So we started off because, like I said, this was pre-pandemic, early 2019, late 2018. And so got the house all set up. It was great. I got everything set up on just VRBO because I thought I'm just going to focus on one platform, which was VRBO. I'm going to get it all set up and then we'll go. And I was planning to manage it from Washington for the most part, right? Had a great, we had, first of all, great neighbors. That was huge. And found someone that could do any handiwork that we needed, although it was a brand new build, so it really didn't need anything, and also could help with the cleaning. So that was great. Had a great relationship. Anytime we needed anything, either the cleaning lady would let me know or the neighbors would let me know. I could Amazon ship it down there, or Alan and I could fly down. Everything was going good, rolling along. We didn't have any problems. People were just really considerate. I made sure I had like nice little welcome gifts when they showed up, and thanks for taking such good care of our home, in the hopes that we wouldn't have any issues. And we didn't have any issues that first year. Enter the pandemic. Then it wasn't quite so easy to fly back and forth. It wasn't really as easy to do all the things. A lot of the bookings that we had kind of come to a halt But it was interesting because a lot of the people that were traveling from like out of states canceled reservations. A lot of people that were in the state of Texas that had to cancel their Mexico trips or whatever, all these other trips, now wanted to rent something local. So it really kind of, worked out pretty well. So anyway, I started looking at a property management company. And at first you think, oh, property management companies, they're going to take a lot of your profit. Are they really doing what they should be doing? Let me tell you, if you have a good one, 100%, I would recommend it. 100%. There was not all these daily emails. I wasn't having to do all the reservations. Like, they took care of everything. Ran out of toilet paper, property management company took care of it. If people that were there had any problems, they took care of it. If the filters need changing, they take care of it. They take care of the cleaning. They took care of everything. Now, yes, they obviously are a for-profit business. So I thought at first, well, they're going to cut into our profits, but oh, well, it'll be kind of worth it. Well, let me tell you something. So ours, it takes around 20% profit. They do all the things, but they also have different platforms. That's all this company does is, short-term management rentals. So they've got their website, they've got Airbnb, they've got VRBO, they've got all the, different platforms, which were getting us a lot more exposure. And they were really in tune with the local pricing. So as prices went up or down or whatever, they were on board with that. And we actually end up making more money because they charge more, they take care of all the services, they do all the things. And in the end, it puts more money in our pockets. So win, win, win. If you find a good property management company, so worth it, unless you live there. It's a whole different story. And you also need to really be aware of, if you have an HOA, what the HOA restrictions are. That is huge. Tip number one, read through your HOA, make sure you know. So our place in Texas, even though a lot of people do reside there, all year long, we're able to do short-term rentals. Now, there's very specific rules as far as, like quiet hours and things like that, but people are very respectful, and it has been really, really good. I think it was like a 2 or 3 night minimum, a true short-term rental, so then they could come in, clean the next day, and then turn it over as needed. Some HOAs have much longer rental requirements, or you're not allowed to rent at all. So before you buy a vacation rental, make sure you know what all the CC&Rs and the HOA policies are. Huge. That's huge. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to look at my notes real quick. You definitely want to find a place. What we decided to do is we wanted to find a place that we want a vacation, that we enjoy, right? So it wasn't just pure profit, although it's worked out really well, because in the end, it helps pay for, your property taxes, your HOA fees, your maintenance fees, your mortgage. Why not? Why not? I'm a huge fan. And this was just our first beginning steps into it. Okay. So then we decided, you know what, this is working out pretty well for us. We would like to do this. This is part of our retirement goal, is to have investment properties like where we like to visit. But also, quite honestly, we decided we would rather have our money in real estate than we would in the stock market or in the savings account, not making hardly any interest these days, So for us, it was just the best decision. And even though markets are going to go up and down and whatever else, you own the land. You own the land. And historically, what real estate has shown us is this trajectory that goes up, right? So whereas stocks, you could just, poof, your money's just gone. Poof, it may come back, it may not come back. Well, with real estate, you own the land. So give it enough time, if there's a little dip, give it enough time and it's gonna come back up. At least that's what it's shown us over the last 80 to 100 years. So that's a much safer investment for me, for sure. So then we decided every 3 years, we would like to do something like this. And whether it's even like trade one in for an upgrade or whatever it is, however we want to do this, well, we decided another place we really enjoy is Arizona. And as you know, a lot of people, especially in Washington, like to travel to Arizona. It's really a destination state. There's so much to do, from like the Barrett-Jackson to all the sporting events to spring training to hiking and restaurants, and the location. You can go to Mexico, you can go to the Grand Canyon, you can go to Flagstaff and go skiing, you can go to Sedona and do all this beautiful hiking. Like, there's so much to do. You can go to Vegas. It's not that far, you know. It's a great location for all that. And the weather is beautiful. Some people have said, yeah, well, it gets hot in the summers. Well, then that's where you go somewhere else, or you just go up north a little bit, go to Flagstaff, or you go to your other place, or you stay inside. You've got air conditioning. At least you get to look out the window and you see sunshine, or you go get in the pool. You know what I mean? Like in Washington, just to kind of compare the two, we're inside about 8 months out of the year instead of inside for 2 or 3 months. So take your pick. It's also it's a lot of people that live in Washington like to go to Arizona. It's a nice little getaway, and it's a short flight, easy commute. So that's always good. Now, here's the difference. So the place that we found in Arizona that we loved, that some of the things were, I needed some kind of green space. I can't just do the brown. There's a lot of brown there. We needed a pool. We needed a coffee view. Coffee view of the pool is what we ended up with some little green space by the pool. So it was perfect. And we did the hard work. We went in July and we saw like 8 places a day for 3 days in 108-degree weather or whatever it was. It was warm when we were down there looking, but we had to be there. We had to do the work. We wanted the location, we wanted the view, and we wanted it to be something, again, that we could rent. But here's the difference. In this one, we found the perfect place, but we didn't find the perfect HOA situation for what we were looking for. Well, our HOA there says it has to be like 3-month rentals, because so many people do live there full time. They didn't want, you know, short-term rentals in and out, which great. You got to respect that. When we're there, we appreciate it as well. So then I had to take a little bit more of a research turn and found a couple of companies that are strictly, it's like the VRBO for traveling healthcare professionals or people that are going to travel for a job or something like that. And usually they have 13-week contracts or more. That was perfect. First of all, we have renters that are traveling healthcare professionals. They've got like a 13-week contract and they're there working. They're not just partying, doing whatever. So they're there working. But then they still get to go and experience and do all the things in Arizona. And then what we have done is, if we have somebody, so it's a 3-month rental, then Alan and I will book out like the 2 weeks in front of and behind, so we can go enjoy it, spend our couple of weeks there, whatever. And then boom, we turn around and we rent it again. Because these rentals have to be 3-month, I am managing them. So I do have a cleaning person. I do have another excellent neighbor. I can't even tell you how fortunate we've been with the neighbors. So anytime, you know, we need someone to check on something or whatever, we have people there that will do it. And same thing, cleaning lady, you know, I give her a call or something and she's like, yeah, I can do, you know, this, that, and whatever. Like, it's worked out great. And it's easy because we're talking at the most 4 rentals a year. I can do that. Even with all the other stuff I got going on, I can do that. So really knowing your HOA, really getting to know a couple of the neighbors that are there. If you're not going to be there full time or very often and you're looking at rental potential, it's huge to have someone there that can, you know, can help look out for things. Okay, so I went a little long-winded. We decided, like I said, that the investment for us is great to do real estate. And you know, this is our property for this year. In 3 years, we'll see where we are. Either we can, at that time, even look at 1031 exchanges, which is a topic for another day, but where you can take real estate investment property, sell it with a plan, you know, within a couple of months to buy another one and take those profits and then not have to pay the capital gains taxes. But anyway, that's for another day. So there's so many benefits also to owning another property and having someone else help you pay for all the things. So we get to go enjoy it And we have renters that are, helping to pay the mortgage, the HOAs, all the things I talked about before, and you get additional tax write-offs. Now, I will tell you to check with your accountant if it's something you're thinking about doing. We decided to start an LLC. We actually have two LLCs. We have one for our Texas property and one for our Arizona property, because it was recommended to us. It's better, you get different tax benefits. So that was really good. So check in with your attorney on that. And if you are especially looking for someplace in the Seattle-Tacoma area in Washington, or, the Phoenix, Arizona kind of area, let me know. First of all, I have great partners, like literally in almost every state now. So that's pretty great. So, you're looking for somebody, let me know. But if you're looking for an investment property, I am so happy to chat with you on the phone or through DM or whatever else, and just share some of our experiences, answer any questions you have. I feel like we've got a lot of experience now. And it's been really, really a good option for us. So on that note, if you have any questions about any of it, please call me. Let me know. Let's see. I think that's about it. Yeah. Okay. So I know we've had some people that have been asking questions lately about investing in short-term rentals. I got you. I got your answers. So give me a call. Okay. Have a great day. See you soon.